आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs and the life force become efficient and powerful. All is verily the one without second, all pervading, conscious, blissful existence itself, the Brahman. Let me never deny this truth of oneness of Brahman. Let the Brahman never reject me either. I am aware that to realize Brahman, one has to develop, cultivate a lot of virtues spoken of by the scriptures. May all those virtues be with me, who am yearning for the experience of Brahman. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us mentally transcend the shapes, our own shape, because of which we get a name too. We understand the shapes are not really important. It is the substance that is important. As we transcend the shapes, the form and the name, we come face to face with the truth, the essence. All multiplicity vanishes. It was just product of ignorance. I am experiencing this intrinsic oneness. There is no time, no space. All is perfect bliss, unspeakable. This is the only way to become happy in this world, to know the truth. This is the only way to become free in this world. Om, peace, peace, peace. So, dear friends, let us begin this 97th class of this text. Great text full of illuminating stories, illuminating as well as very interesting. And these stories bring out the sublime truth of this one existence. In various ways, it makes the truth gets into our consciousness, illuminating it. It is very difficult to get this illumination because of the deep-rooted attachments with name and form. So, we find it so difficult to get out of this idea that I am this particular form. It is, therefore, we see everything divided into, cut pieces. And then these pieces keep on shifting and changing, and that gives the sense of time also. So it is the sense of time and space that is the nature of bondage as described by Bertrand Russell, that we are caught in here and now. Here means the bondage of space, and now means the bondage of time. So that is the bondage. We are actually all pervading, and there is no change in us, there is no time. So we do not have that bondage. But because of this form, identification with form, we somehow get into this misunderstanding that I am this particular being. It is, if you take a closer look at it, this just goes away. But because of our terrible attachment to it, we even do not dare to take a closer look. We do not dare. We are kind of cowards, It is that cowardice, because we are afraid if I see the truth, then all the ignorance will go away, and all my so-called joys which depend on ignorance, they will also go away. Okay, let us begin with our usual prayers. You should chant loudly, it is, I don't hear you people chanting. Chant loudly, Vitthal. Chant loudly. Got it? Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditarat Schaर्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsists in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So, this is the purpose of this whole text, that meditate. And why should we meditate? We don't need to meditate if we see it. When we see it, then there is no need for meditation. Like I am seeing Rajagopal there, so I don't need to meditate. It is an experience. Meditation is to think of that which we are not experiencing as if we experience it, and thus it takes us towards the experience. But once that you experience it, the meditation is not required. It is described that there are 4 stages of worship. We worship the divine, and then it is worshipped at 4 levels. That the best level, the topmost level, which is available to very, very rare souls, that is they being one with Brahman, and that is they see the Brahman everywhere. So that is called Uttamastu Brahma Sadbhavo. The best worship is to see the presence of Brahman everywhere. That alone is true. So you have seen the truth. No separate meditation is required, no separate worship is required. The next level of worship is called meditation. Dhyana bhavastu madhyamaha. the kind of middle level. The top grade, say A. Then if you have no A, then you say, okay, what is the grade B grade? B grade is, then you meditate on it. It is, but most of us find it very difficult to even meditate. The mind just keeps on running everywhere. So, how to then meditate? If I cannot meditate, what to do? Stutir japo adhamo bhavo. Then, okay, grade C. There is still no grade F, It is, you have still grade C, that you keep on, repeating the hymns to Lord, keep on doing your japa, meditate, that repetition of mantra. That is a great thing. Repetition of mantra. Do this repetition, and so then it is not that the grades are just stationary. You graduate from one grade to the next grade. That from C you will graduate to B, from B to A. And if that is also difficult, because we are used to forms, then we have to do the external worship. It is grade D, you can say. Grade D, you can go to grade D. One has to go to the grade that one is eligible for. It is no point in saying that I have got grade A when you have not scored even the half of the marks required for that. You don't have grade A, obviously. Just proclaiming grade A, it is no good. So, nothing wrong in this. That external worship, okay, since we do all externally, we do not have saying only cake, 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 doesn't give us the joy of eating cake. What do we need to do, Vitthal? We need eat it. Yeah, we have to get it. The form is there, because I am a physical form, I need that cake also in a concrete form, and thus then we can eat it. So we have to have a form of God, and then all these things that we like, we think of God and offer that to God. So all that worship is very good. So therefore the God takes the form as per the requirement of somebody. Depending on the particular level of that devotee, the God is to be propitiated, worshipped in that manner. So we were seeing last time that these prachetas, they were meditating on God. They have been commanded by their father that you should now go and populate the earth. Now populating the earth, normally you see all these earthly beings, human beings or other creatures, they just go for the inviting enjoyments, and thus the populating the world happens out of that. There is no conscious attempt to, okay, let me populate the earth. It is happening automatically. But these prachetas, they were not told like this, that it is their idea was to create exactly as the God would like to have it. So they therefore decided to concentrate on God. They went for meditation, And then there was, as you know, they were told by Rudra, the Lord Shiva, that you should recite this hymn to Vasudeva or Narayana or Hari, so many different names, that that you have to think about that, meditate on that using this Rudra Gita. So they accepted that and then went to the ocean and immersed themselves in the ocean. Prachetas followed the advice of the Rudra and went into the ocean and practiced the austerities for 10,000 years. Just to indicate, it requires perseverance. The attachments, identifications, they don't go away quickly. What do you think, Charlie? Do they go away just like that? It is, we have to patiently keep on practicing. Patiently keep at it. Don't give up. Don't get irritated that I am not seeing any result. The results, it takes time to get the results, It is, Sri Ramakrishna used to tell the devotees when they would get impatient, oh, when this will happen? Wait, it takes time to grow. It doesn't happen immediately. It is everything is that which is a process, means takes time. So continue, you have to practice, and then it will happen. In time doesn't mean it will happen automatically. It will happen in course of time if you continue practicing. Yes, it is. Hey, how long does it take to walk from here to say the church at the downtown there? It is, say, Charlie's home. How long does it take? There is a church there, an Episcopal church there, right across his home, So it is a big, fantastic building. So it is, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. If you keep on walking, if you are just sitting, then not after 20 minutes you will not find yourself there. You have to keep on practice. That is how it is, that you keep on doing the practice. Intensely do the practice, that can shorten the time. Suppose somebody walks very slowly, it may take 30 minutes, walk faster, may take 25 minutes, walk still faster, 15 minutes also you can get there. So it is depending on the speed. So how intensely one practices. Not like okay, I have been practicing meditation, I got mantra from somebody, and then for 10 years I have been practicing. Were you practicing? That is the question. Were you really practicing, or just 10 years rolled? What happened? 10 years practice means for 10 times the earth has circumambulated the sun. That is 1 year. Did you move? There is a very nice couplet of Kabir that it is, did your mind move? Mala pherat jug bhaya, phiran man ka pher. You were doing this, your mala, that the rosary. Now was that rosary connected to your mind? It is then the mind should turn. The moving of the rosary, moving of the that doing the mantra, it should mean that correspondingly the mind should turn from this world to God. That is, then there is the progress happening. If only the japa and no connection. Sometimes it happens that it is you turn the key in the car and then you car starts, you put the your foot on the gas pedal and then you press it. The car does not move anywhere because it is still in P, it is in still park. You have not put it in the driving gear. So then it is only a big noise that comes out. So our spiritual practice should not become that kind of a big noise. So that people will know that this fellow is doing spiritual practice. It should get connected in our heart so that our mind changes. Mala pherat jug bhaya phirana manaka pher. So that is the condition. That is the real this practice when the mind moves. So that is how it is told that the 10,000 years these prachetas they immersed themselves in ocean. This is a story. Don't say that it is how were they breathing inside the waters. So they were managing somehow. Whatever may be the way they had, but the point is that they were not aware of this world. They were immersed in ocean. The allegory points out that they were not looking here and there, what movie is going on in that theater, and then who is going to win the basketball championship and all that. Otherwise our mind goes in all these directions. So merged in the ocean. So that they were just focused on this sadhana. Nothing else was bothering them. So, and then the 10,000 years elapsed. Their mind now became very pure, perfect. 10,000 years they were repeating the Rudra Gita, and then Lord comes to them in the form. God is with form and without form. It doesn't, the form that you are worshipping, God comes to you in that particular form. So they were meditating as told by Rudra on this form of Lord Hari, and thus Lord gave them the vision. Lord came to them in that form. This is again a restatement of what is told in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna, that I bless the devotees in the way they are worshipping me. So it is these prachetas were worshipping God in this form, and then thus they saw the form, they emerged out of the ocean and eager to listen to the advice of Lord. Lord is coming, riding on his eagle vehicle, Garuda Vahana, eagle vehicle. So comes to them very pleased. And what does the God tell them? O princess, choose any boon you want from me. May you prosper. I am very much pleased to see the oneness of spirit amongst you. And we had seen that, earlier, that it is, I am so pleased to see this bond of one spirit in you. It is this one spirit, oneness of purpose, that when we connect to all our 10 organs, with the mind, that is the allegory there, that it is now, they all function in unison, as it were. Their purpose is the same. Last time we were discussing that analogy, that how our eyes, our hands and other organs, they work in sync. They synchronize with each other, and they have thus a common purpose. That it is, you get the smell of some nice dishes being made somewhere you are not seeing, but then you get the smell. Now your feet follow where from that smell is coming. Now you see it, oh, here it is. Then you need to eat it. So you see, now your hands proceed in that direction. It is not that the smell was being taken by this nose, and only nose was traveling there. Not only nose goes there, but your whole being in unison goes there. So now your hand extends to that particular dish that you want to eat, and then the mouth opens, you don't have to give a command to open the mouth and take it. If you don't like it, then it is you have to be told, hey, open the mouth. In my childhood, there is some bitter medication. I never liked to take those, but I had to take. Now I could not open they didn't want to open the mouth. No, no, no. But then my mom or dad will just press my nose. If you press the nose, then the mouth for breathing has to open, you see. And then as it opens, then they would put that medication inside. So it is like that when it is automatically happening, because it is all, the personality is also unified. The purpose is same, to eat that particular thing. So therefore, all the organs, they are acting unitedly. The purpose, the oneness of purpose that ties them. That is all. In everywhere you say that unity happens by one purpose. When you are tied to one purpose, like you join a political party, now because whatever the other differences they have, it is not that everybody has to like coffee or a particular brand of some pasta or whatever. They are not, those varieties are there, but they are united in the purpose of, say, winning the election. That so let us all join together. It is so it is, and then the purpose is to get power. The communists, they would say, unite together. That is the meaning of that communism. Form a commune, a kind of brotherhood, and so we shall now attack and finish these established powers. So it is the single purpose. Like you see a very well trained soccer team. Nice to watch, how they keep on passing the balls to each other. They pass the ball to the other player. The idea is to score the goal. So, towards that, everybody is tuned to. All are playing with that intention. It works as long as selfishness doesn't bring its head. That it is, no, I must score the goal, not the other fellow. Then everything gets spoiled. You see, then the goal may not get scored at all. Like if the nose says, I must get it. Why this silly mouth? No. And so you dip the nose in that will not make you get it. It is not possible. So even that Vitthal may get the smell of that nice chalupa, but he doesn't put it in his nose, It is not possible to get that thing eaten by the nose. So there should be a comprehensive unity in our personality. There is a very nice chapter that I had mentioned last time also, integration of personality, in that book, Meditation and Spiritual Life, a wonderful book. So, integration of personality, all the faculties of our being like intellect, feeling, and then action, all three must unite. These are the three H as they call in pedagogy, that these are the three H, head, heart and hands, and they should work in unison. So then the purpose gets achieved. So these prachetas, God becomes pleased when we have all these things acting together. It is that itself is a spiritual practice for most of us, almost all of us, that to bring unity in all different levels and all different faculties of our life. There are levels of personality and then there are the faculties of our personality. To make them go towards a single purpose. The goal is this, has to be the same. So they are together in spirit. Whenever you have an organization, there is a goal for that organization. And that this is the purpose for which it is formed. Like in our charter of Vedanta Society of Providence, it was submitted to the city or state, I think, yes, state of Rhode Island in 1931, that it is that this organization is formed with this purpose. So all that come in that organization, they are tied together with this unity of purpose. So that is when God becomes pleased.